customer found my home after I turned him down for a date, rang my doorbell and pounded on my door for half an hour, and ran away when he heard the cops arriving. And I'm shaking that someone could invade my space at such a personal level just because I'm trying to live my life. I work at a cannabis dispensary in Tennessee. For 4 years, one regular came in like clockwork, quiet, awkward, cash only, 24, unemployed, lived with his mom, walked everywhere. Nothing about him seemed threatening. Last Thursday, he bought his usual pre-rolls, left, then came back 5 minutes later asking to sit because it was 104 degrees. He wore a jacket in a heat wave. I let him rest, gave him water. A quick break turned into an hour of rambling. Small talk, then dating. He wanted a girl for the fair, hiking, the whole dating thing, red flags. I kept it professional. I said I was focused on school, fitness, career. He pushed. I suggested dating apps and wrapped it up, saying I needed the restroom. As he left, he asked if I worked Saturday. No. Then, would you like to go to the fair with me? I'm sorry, I already have plans. Firm. End of interaction, or so I thought. Sunday at 9:30 p.m., I was doing laundry when my doorbell rang. Weird, everyone uses the back door near the parking lot. I figured delivery mistake and got in the shower. The ringing turned to pounding. My dog went feral. Ding, 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 pound, ding, 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 over and over, frantic and unhinged. I called my mom, panic rising. Through the phone, she heard it too. I lifted the bedroom blinds and froze. It was him. The same customer I'd rejected 3 days earlier. He'd been at my front door for 20 minutes. I live walking distance from work. Either he followed me home or he'd been watching my routine. I texted my neighbor. She rushed over and we huddled at the back door while the pounding continued. She called the police. Sirens arrived 5 minutes later. He bolted. I didn't know his name. 4 years of cash transactions, no ID tied to loyalty. I gave my statement. Without identification, there wasn't much they could do. I slept at a friend's and spent the week combing footage and records. I wasn't waiting for him to escalate. Finally, one transaction on a card. Because he was a loyalty member, a name was attached. I paid for a background check, told his full name and address, and handed the packet to police. When officers visited, he admitted on body cam that he came to my house. His excuse, she sold me gummies that made me high for 5 days. As if that explains showing up at 9:30 p.m., pounding like a maniac. Police filed harassment. His bond conditions barred contact with me or my workplace. Violate it and charges escalate to aggravated stalking. A month passed. I exhaled. Then he started walking past the store. Once, twice. Then he came in and sat down like it was nothing. You need to leave or I'm calling the cops, I said. Why? He said, repeating my name, pleading, like we were old friends. He acted like he had a right to be there. I yelled for him to get out and reached for the phone. He finally left. My body crumpled. I couldn't breathe, hands shaking, sobbing. Police arrived fast. He'd violated bond by entering my workplace. Another warrant. Aggravated stalking, trespassing, bond violation. Now he faces GPS monitoring if he bails again, and I'll be pinged if he comes near my home or work. I'm filing a protection order. Cameras are up. The front door stays locked. All of this because I said no to a customer. I rewound everything. The jacket in 104 degrees, the hour of circling conversation, the question about Saturday, the sudden escalation to my front door. He learned my schedule over years of quiet purchases. He assumed access was intimacy. My politeness read like permission. Here's what worked. In case anyone needs the blueprint, when a stranger decides you owe them time. Document immediately times, dates, texts, camera timestamps. Loop in neighbors. Pull every shred of footage your workplace has. Scan records for any identity link, a loyalty profile. A single card swipe. Hand a complete packet to police so they can move. When the officers asked why I didn't open the door, I told them the truth. Because the pounding wasn't a knock, it was a warning. They nodded. The body cam had his admission. The bond had the no contact terms. All that was left was enforcing them. Every single time. Last week he walked by again, looked in, and kept moving. The GPS condition is waiting if he steps inside. The protection order hearing is next. I'll show the footage, the background check, and the bond paperwork with his signature. I'm still working. I still study between shifts. I still walk my dog after sunrise. I leave 5 minutes early so I'm never predictable. I changed routes. And when the doorbell rings at night, I don't second guess the lock. This isn't a meet cute. It's a paper trail.